Hey everyone, today I'm going to take you guys to another popular and highly rated Pokemon card store called Vancity CJ Trading Cards. They were nice enough to offer me a store tour as well as bring their personal collection, which is honestly one of the craziest I've ever seen.
What is this store called, CJ?
Okay. Welcome to Vancity CJ Trading Cards.
That was CJ, and behind the camera was Jesse. They're the store owners of the shop, and fun fact, this is one of the only card shops that specifically carry Pokemon cards. Here you'll find a wide selection of modern, vintage, as well as at different price points. They also have a huge selection of higher end stuff as well.
So, I do collect all Pristine Gold Stars, right? So
Right.
there's only 5 BGS 10s in the world, and this is one of 5. Not of this card, but of all English Gold Stars.
As an EX and Gold Star collector, I was definitely hyped. This was a real treat to see. Never seen a vintage card this clean before, let alone a Gold Star. If you guys don't know, these are some of the hardest cards to pull in booster packs. The rough pull rate is 1 in 72 booster packs, making it one of the most collectible cards in the hobby. So if you guys are into these kind of Gold Star cards or these higher end maybe vintage cards, definitely worthwhile checking out this shop. Obviously, if you're not into vintage or maybe some of those pricier slabs, there's a lot of more modern products as well as slabs that they do carry here. You guys can see from the shelf, they do carry a lot of the Sword and Shield era stuff, as well as Sun and Moon and the more recent Scarlet and Violet sets. Of course, there's no shortage of singles. What's really appealing for me about the shop is that there's really, something for everyone, whether you want something that's more higher end or more modern, or if you're just looking for sealed products to add to the PC, definitely worth visiting. I can highly recommend them. They were super nice. Both Jesse and CJ were great to talk to. Definitely very genuine people. And I'm glad I have met them. Since they recently moved to this new store location, the store is a lot more spacious and has a great layout. One of my favorite parts of this store is this slab wall, basically filled with hits, both modern as well as vintage cards. A lot of high-end products again. Definitely though, the biggest treat is Jesse and CJ did bring their personal collection, some of the rarest, highest graded cards in the hobby, likely the craziest Gold Star collection in existence.
And this is the cleanest one I've seen in my life. Some of our other Gold Star Pristines. I completed the PSA 10 set a while ago, but most of the PSA 10s are old sets that are kind of weak. So I was like, I want to do something crazy and complete the... I guess I'll leave this guy here. Technically, he counts too.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah. He doesn't really fit this group.
Dang. It's a crazy amount. So how long did this take?
I actually started this journey this year, so.
Oh wow, that was fast.
I'm at 14. There's obviously 14 more.
Right.
But it's tough because a lot of them are pop zeros. And I don't want to collect anything that's not a true Pristine.
Right.
Because there's a lot of PSA 10s that are like 8s, and there's a lot of Pristines that look like 9s. Or there's no silvering whatsoever, which is a huge thing for EX Deoxys Hollows. And this is the only card I've ever seen that doesn't have silvering on the edges.
Yeah.
And there's no whitening on the back too, so it's absolutely perfect. I've never seen anything close to this. I've seen more Rayquaza Gold Stars than anybody. So.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, wanted to show you some of these.
Thank you. Yeah.
And obviously, this one. This is the cleanest first edition Charizard I've seen in my life as well.
That's super cool.
Tag 10.
Wow.
And you can look at the back. It looks like a modern card.
It does.
Absolutely perfect. Look at how perfectly rounded every corner is. No whitening.
Wow.
This is stronger than every PSA 10 that I've ever seen.
Yeah. Centering's really good as well.
Yeah, it's a thick stamp as well.
Dang.
So.
No doubt that's a crazy collection. Getting any of these Gold Stars in any grade is already an achievement, let alone getting a Pristine 10, which is harder than a PSA 10. So again, huge thanks to Jesse and CJ for bringing over their crazy collection and allowing me to film it. The shop also carries tag graded Pokemon cards. Tag is a grading company that utilizes a computer-based system to grade cards objectively.
Main point for the traditional grading companies is we never know where there's human grading, there's inconsistencies, but this is fully done by a machine.
As Jesse was saying, that since this is a computer-based grading system, it takes out all of the subjectivity that comes from human graders, which PSA, BGS, CGC uses. I do think if you're going to shovel out the extra hundreds or thousands of dollars for a higher graded card, I like how, you know, you can at least get the peace of mind that you are buying indeed a higher quality card if it's computer graded. So then the nice part about this is it tells you exactly why your card got graded did. And, you know, since it is computer based, you'll know exactly what flaws it has. It can show you why your card got dinged on the grade, and it will tell you where the locations are, and some of which are not even visible to the human eye. So I do think, you know, this is a great technology. Definitely, I think this is the future of grading. And since I, you know, personally, I have a quantitative background, I do appreciate the level of detail, the level of consistency. I think reproducibility in grading is definitely a current flaw in the market. I think this way, you know, you guarantee that your card is the grade that it says it is. And yeah, super impressed by the level of detail that TEG provides. You know, obviously I'm not sponsored by them, but you know, if it's a technology I believe in, you know, I think I should discuss it. Interestingly, these TEG graded cards shown here were all once PSA 10s but resubmitted to TEG. And some of them remain 10s, some of them were 9s, but some cards like that Shadowless Raichu is now 7.5. So this shows how inconsistent some of the other grading companies are. It was super cool to see so many different types of products and unique items. So I asked Jesse what was their motivation for opening a store.
And so that was my genius idea. The reason why we got a shop is to get products so we can rip. And then I'll never forget this. And Universal distributors like, hey, your numbers are bad. In my head, it was like bad, like 20 boxes. Like, no, you have 1 box. So I was like, wait. So we did all of this to get 1 booster box from distribution. And it ended up being kind of like a dumb idea, but since we had the shop open, we had a lot of people come in and sell us their collections. So that's why we kept it going for the first 3 years. It was strictly a hobby and a way for us to buy collections and meet our friends in the Pokemon community. And this year obviously blew up and it's 10x. But yeah, it was kind of like a dumb idea at the beginning, but we just like decided to do it because we're that type of people. Like we think of something, we're just gonna do it. And yeah, you know, God really blessed us and gave us all of this. So
That's beautiful.
it's beautiful. It's the first appearance of Umbreon in English Pokemon. The crazy thing is the Japanese one, which is like arguably looks even better because Japanese cards are printed better quality. That one is actually only like $500 in a PSA 10. So people are like, oh, that one's like really common, but it's common, but it's pop 800. The Moonbrown is pop 14,000.
Yeah.
So you can't even say it's because there's too many copies of that because there's way more copies of Moonbrown. That card is $450, $500, and the Moonbrown is like what 2,300 now USD. And it just makes absolutely no sense to me. I think people need to look beyond some of these modern chases and look at like history.
Come to Vancity CJ for our Saturday night weeklies at 6 p.m. See you there.
See you there.
Hopefully that was an enjoyable watch for you guys. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. And thanks to Jesse and CJ for inviting me over. Please leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it and subscribe if you guys want to.